Hello there, welcome to Budapest Theme Part 4 tutorial. In the key of C this piece, and following a regular kind of pattern, a melodic phrase, a melodic idea in the right hand. So very often in this piece the melody is going something like this. There's a kind of chromatic fall every time. There's a lot of this happening throughout the piece. The piece also doesn't have a structure, it just flows like a river, considering it's written next to the river Danube. And it basically, let's dive into it. So beginning on the key of C, a lot of the chords are played as 3 notes throughout the piece, and then the right hand is doing this kind of melodic idea for the most part. So it begins in the key of C, G, G flat, F, E, playing a C 2 octaves below middle C, coming up to play C major, but from the E, and then continuing that to the G. So, and then down to the B flat, G in the bass, G minor 7 chord, and then a little technique up here. So I'm playing B flat with the 2 Gs, B flat with the 2 Fs, B flat with the 2 Es. So together. And then you're going into a C7 chord here, just touching it. You can play this right hand, because all my pieces are not 100% fixed, because they're not written, you can be quite free and modify the ideas a little bit. So sometimes I'll play the B flat first, or I'll just play the G directly. So if I play it differently at the end when I play it from what I've demonstrated, just a little bit, don't be surprised, because that's what you're supposed to do, and that's why I don't write the score for my compositions, quite simply, because I want them to be interpreted. C7. Now C7 is going up a 4th into F, like dominant 7 chords do, from the G, and this time I do like it if you can do, instead of just doing it very simply onto the E, which is the major 7 of F, what I like to do is go quite quickly. My index finger's doing the sliding here onto the E. It just kind of fills in the, it makes this a bit more advanced. It sounds nicer. So from the beginning into that part. C7, G. So then that happened. Then the F major 7 in the left hand coming up, continuing in the right hand to the G, the 9, A, the 3rd, and then C, B, B flat, which will go to, let me just play it. And then you're going to fall onto the A, so let's say rather than going to B flat it's falling to A, but that's going to be a chord which is C diminished, C, E flat, G flat, A, and you're going to do a little thing without the pedal as quickly as possible, because that's how I imagined it, and it's going to go simply C, B, B flat, A, up to the next octave, and then up to the next octave off the camera, but quickly. So you need to just let your hand fall naturally and just trust it's going to land on the A. I'm doing it from my ring finger. So my ring finger sort of mentally is aiming for the C without trying to find it. Just falling on that final part there, and the left hand is simply playing the C diminished in the octave below. I'm using the pedal and I shouldn't be, so it's basically going like that, and then you're going to go down using the same chord, but you're going to stay on the C and play it a second time as if it's the first time going down. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, same chord, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 Fs at the bottom, because going up we're doing just simply a C diminished, that's just a melodic idea, so And then coming down, you're going to do the same thing, but from F to D. So instead of going down C, B, B flat, A, you're going to come down from the F, E, E flat to D, but with the same chord. Why? Because this is note value awareness, as I talk about in my jazz piano theory book and in some other videos. Note value awareness is simply understanding the note value in a major scale based on the root of the chord. So here we're simply doing a melody in the key of C, let's say. It's just C diminished. So this is so when we play the melody, it's the root, the major 7 just passing over it, the dominant 7 just passing over it, to the A, which is part of the diminished chord. A diminished chord is a group of minor thirds. And or you can just simply say C minor 6 flat 5. And when we're coming down, the key is changing to the F. So these notes suddenly become in the key of F, but you don't know that until we get all the way down to here and I play those two Fs in the bass. So let's look at the note values of the C diminished when played as the key of F. So they change. So the C becomes the 5th of F, the E flat is the dominant 7, the G flat is the flat 9, which is a kind of squashed up, cozy kind of chord. Can you hear that? It's kind of a soft, sweet kind of tension chord, but a soft one, not a hard one. And then the A is the 3rd of F. So the note values have changed from being root first, minor, flat 5, 6, to being in the key of F, the 5th, the dominant 7, the flat 9, and the 3rd. So because it's a key of F and it's a dominant 7 chord, because it has a dominant 7 in it, as always it's going to go up a 4th to B flat, and that's what happens in the next chord. Just briefly, it goes over B flat. So I'll play from the beginning to that point and follow me as I go up C diminished with the C to the A, and then I'll come down from the F to the D, but the note values will be in the key of F as is confirmed by the final two notes, and then it goes into B flat. So and that final D is actually a 13th. Because the chord had a dominant 7 in it, technically, it's an F7 flat 9, I'm just adding the D as an afterthought. I'm keeping that D down as I play the Fs, so it has a quality of a 13th, which is a nice kind of, not that, jazz chord. It's got that jazz sound to it. And that's what I'm kind of just hinting at by finishing here. It's like a 13th, and you can just hear it as it fades away. Then it goes D, D to the A, which is it's like that. The A is the major 7 of B flat. So play something with the B flat major 7 chord. Then we're going to go to D diminished. So that's a group of minor thirds from D. So D to F to A flat to B. And then that is going to be an arpeggio run up and then down, and then it's going to change to D minor 7 because I want to change the chord. I want to change the key of the piece because it's going to go somewhere else. So it's going to simply go from the B flat. Well, let me go down on that D, on that F7 flat 9 thing. F with the D floating still and the pedal holding it. Take off the pedal. And then up in D minor 7. Finishing on the D. Now that was very, very slow, but you're supposed to do it as quickly as you possibly can, or at least quickly, because it's just like a flowing part to change the direction of the piece into a new key. So stopping on the D, and then chromatically, but as an octave, going down to the A, and then coming up A7 but with a 9, which is the B, and stopping on the final A, because it's then going to go into D. Again, upper fourth, A, playing a dominant 7 chord. The G is the dominant 7th of A. Dominant 7, not major 7. The A, the 9 is the B, and that's what you're going to pass over, because it sounds nice, that floating 9. Stopping on the A as a melody note, to the 3rd of D, and you're going to play a D major 7, F sharp is the 3rd, and that's the melody note. So I'll get to that point from the F. It's difficult to play it when the cable is here. I don't want to make the camera shake too much, but go down to the A, come up the A9, fall down onto D major 7, and then play 2 Ds to the C, and you're going to play an A minor 7 flat 5. No, you're going to play an A minor 7 to a D7 flat 5. But now you've seen this A minor 7 shape in Budapest theme 1 when it goes in Budapest theme part 1. So this is A minor 7 second inversion. But what I'm going to do is go up using a technique I used in Budapest theme part 3 when it goes, you're playing the simple minor chord but from the semitone before it. And that's going to happen here, kind of mixing those two ideas together. You're going to go from the E flat onto that A minor 7. As it goes into the D7 flat 5. So, 9. Well, from this octave below the middle C. And I go up 3 normally. And then just go onto the flat 5. And you can play the D with the flat 5 however many times you want. You're free, of course. D7 flat 5, A flat, this is the flat 5. And then you're going to go into the key of G, so going up a fourth again. D to G, because it was a dominant 7 chord. Even though there's a flat 5, it's still a dominant 7 chord, that D. So, and that's going to go D to D to G, I believe. Let me just play into it. Yes. Now here I play G major 7 in its second inversion first, so I go D, F sharp, G, B, and then G, B, D, F sharp, which is the root position. So I'll play that. D again to C7. So you're going to go to the B flat here, and then you're going to play the C7 chord as a melody up to the E, which becomes E minor to the B note, but E minor, and then another dropping down to the G sharp, which is the 3rd of E, because the chord is going to change from minor to major 3rd. And then you've guessed it already, dominant 7 chord, E, going up a fourth to A. So from the G there. And then hitting on the B, the 5th, to the major 7 of A. Okay, so I'll go from the beginning to that point, I think, just to so you can follow it along. See, that time I didn't play the E flat, but it doesn't matter, I do it differently every time. And now we're going into A flat major 7. So now with the right hand, I'm doing something. You have to do something quite specific here because I want the chord to be rich. And then it goes into A flat with an augmented, which I quite like that sound. Listen to this. So I quite like that change. So it's because it's going from A, it's going up a third to its C sharp minor 7. In modal theory, there's a video on that. The third mode is always a minor 7. Generally, in modal theory, it's always a minor 7, and here it is C sharp minor 7. So it's still diatonic, related to the key of A. So there's a tiny bit of modal theory law involved there. And now the right hand is playing A major 9. If you look at the chord in the right hand here, I'm playing the 9, the 3rd, the 5th, the major 7 and the 9 again. It's a common thing I do when I play 9th chords, minor 9s, major 7s with 9s, called major 9ths, anything, even a dominant 7 with a 9, I will usually put the 9 on my thumb and my thumb and my little finger, because it gives you quite a nice amount of movement around it, you know, and I quite like that. So the melody is going, and then as you land on the G sharp again, you're playing the augmented shape, and I've talked about augmenteds before, so you can see that you've got the normal 5th of A flat or G sharp, A flat, and then you're raising the 5th to the augmented, so I'm simply doing that shape. And that looks like also C augmented, and it could be E augmented, but it's the A flat. A flat. Oh, I've had too much tea today. I've got hiccups almost. So A flat major 7, and that goes into the minor. So I'm alternating with the G sharp and the F sharp, A flat, G flat. With the C and the E in the middle, and you're going to fall onto the E, which is the minor of C sharp, play C sharp minor 7, and you're going to stay on that E 3 times, and then work your way up to the F sharp. So what happened there, I'm playing F sharp sus, suspended 4th, so the 3rd is going up, you're just going up a tiny bit, and then back down to the 3rd. So one, 2, 3, stay on that, come to this F sus shape quickly, and then go back to the 3rd normally as you play the D sharp. And then you're going to go up to the F sharp and play B minor. Well, play the B down here, so that you can bring up the bass and the chord, and then the melody, which is going to go D B. So you're playing the notes of the chord of B minor. And I like to do an arpeggio here. And sometimes I'll do the melody up here and continue, or I'll do the melody here. So I'll show you the melody. So this time it's simply going from B minor 7, F sharp D B, and then what's that? Well, I'm going from the F sharp to the first 3 notes of B flat diminished, because the F sharp is not in that chord, it would be a G. So this note is not in the B flat diminished chord, but it's falling onto it. So like that. And if I do it going up, it's playing the B flat diminished chord here. Then it's going to go to an A minor 7, doing A, C, E, because I'm just following the pattern. I'm doing it what you might call a parallel motion. I'm doing the B minor notes of the chord, and then to the B flat diminished, and then I'm doing a similar thing on the A minor 7. So I'm actually playing the chord of it, the notes of the chord. And then again, my favourite chord, it seems, a D7 flat 5. In that way, A, C to the dominant 7, and then to the D7 flat 5. So the first chord is D sus, so the third is raised with the dominant 7, D7 flat 5, and then it's going to go, now you think it's going to go G, because you think it's going to go up a fourth, but it's not. It's going to go to C, an unexpected chord, and then it's going to go to E flat minor. But it all fits in context. So from the A, exactly like that. D, D flat, C, B, to a C major 7, just continue up that arpeggio. Going on to the B flat, which is the 5th of E flat, but you're going to play an E flat minor 7. E flat, G flat, B flat, D flat. And I'll play it and see what happens next, because I need to play it in, I need to flow, because I haven't got the chords in my head. So. Ah, yes. And then that is going to go into D flat major 7, but the melody is going to be like this. So first I'm playing the E flat minor 7 chord in its first inversion, technically, because I'm playing but with a 9, E flat minor 9, E flat minor 9 I should say, E flat minor 9, and it's like this. F is the minor, F is the 9, 5th, dominant 7, so there's no third in this shape, but I'm going to that minor, which is G flat, like that. And the middle two notes, B flat and D flat, the 5th and the dominant 7, don't change until here. That is, it looks like F minor, but it's actually D flat major 7. This is just the third again. And the melody here is, so it's going to go, so in E flat. Up to F sharp major 7. And then you repeat that, but doing this. And then it goes into a next part. So, from well, I'll go from the A again. Oh my goodness, I've lost what I'm doing. We go from the A again. Oh yes, F sharp sus. Sorry about that. B minor. A minor, 7. D7 sus. D7 flat 5. C major 7, E flat minor 7. So you can do another arpeggio here if you want. flat major 7, F sharp major 7. The melody's going on to the 9. That's why that sounds quite nice. F sharp major 9. And then this typical chromatic descending back to the D flat major 7 again. That's going to finish there, and then you're going to do a very quick chromatic run, and you're going to play an A13. 13th voicing, which means you only play the notes which make the chord nice. You don't need a fifth normally in a voicing, and you don't need a root, sometimes called a rootless voicing. So you've got the dominant 7 for the 13th chord. Dominant 7, 3rd in the key of A here, 6 or 13. And the melody is going to go, so it's hitting on the E flat, which is actually the flat 5. And they're going to go chromatically to an A flat 13. So you're just dropping down chromatically like that, and then to a G. So let's get to that part from the A minor part. Into C. Like that. And they're going to finish on the like a G13 or a G7, but I like to finish on a G like that, G13. So it's going, just dropping down in 13ths, and then the D is the flat 5, so it's like a 13 flat 5, quite unique. But then you're going to go up the G augmented, but in parallel motion. I'm doing it slowly here. And then just stay up the top, get to the G, and then you're going to go down. I'll play this again in a moment. And you're going to go down after doing that. And you're going to go down because that's the starting melody note, that G. So you're going to go, and then you're going to rapidly run from the E flat to the G again. Slow down for the opening melody part and rapidly run down again. And then I would do another one, but the camera's in the way, so I have to go around it. Oh, I can't do it with the camera here. Anyway, you go down another octave, and then you just simply come up in a normal G7. And then I normally don't resolve that chord, so it's a bit of a frustrating sound, but on purpose, of course. And then finish. So just from that end part where it goes into the E flat minor, I'll go from where it goes into C major 7 and then E flat minor. Did I play the wrong chord there? No, it's right, exactly. A13. I thought I played B13, but sorry, see what I mean? I don't want to hit the camera all the time. Anyway, do another one, get all the way down to the G, and then come up on a G7, and that's the piece. I do apologise for the camera, goodness me. Okay, so I'll try and play it from the beginning, and see what happens. You must understand that the camera's here, so when I have to go below like this C, I have to twist my hand like this, and then kind of twist my fingers back again. The hand is not naturally shaped like a Z, you know, on N, so I really apologise for that, but it's in the best position I can get it. I'll start again. I'm getting frustrated by the camera. One more. And that's where it finishes. You can resolve it up a fourth to the C if you want to, but I like to leave things unresolved sometimes in music. There you go. Hopefully you've got some techniques. Quite a sweet little piece. We're not really with a structure, just an exploration of chord connections going up a fourth quite often. So there we go. Likes, comments, subscriptions always welcome, and see you in part 5. All the best, thank you very much, and bye for now.